What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marvel. We're coming at you live every single Friday night, around 8:30 or 8, or, like when I get home from doing my evening bike ride. I got out for a bike ride late this evening, and that's part of the reason I was late. The other part of the reason is after I had to go visit the little boys' room after my ride, technology. You gotta love technology, right? It always seems to help us out right when we need it. You know what I mean? It always seems like it's just there, And that's just about all it is. It's just there when you need it. It's just there, not working, not doing anything. Sat here for a couple of minutes. I had to re-hook up the Streamlabs stuff, but anyway, that's all beside the point. I hope you're all having a very good night. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about some of the new comic books that I read this week, and then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the news and things going on out there in the world. In case you didn't know, comic books are dead! You can go out there, you can get on the tweeters, you can get on YouTube, you can go wherever you want to go, and you will find people saying that comics are dead. It's a dead industry. But, I beg to differ, and all those same people telling you that will probably say the same thing, that they beg to differ. There are people out there that will say that comics are actually alive and well, but it depends on what comic books that you are talking about. In case you don't know, IDW recently dropped off the New York Stock Exchange. They went, I wouldn't say they went private, but they are no longer a publicly traded company. They had a bunch of budget cuts. They don't really have many titles that come out anyway. They've got a few different franchises, but they dropped a lot of their staff, and along with that, quite a bit of their comic line, I would guess. They don't really have a whole lot of properties out there, but we'll probably talk a little bit about some of that. But once again, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Now, in case you guys haven't heard, one of the things that I like to do here on the channel is talk about crowdfunded comic books, and that's what we did this morning as I was showing off some of the different books that just launched, some of the different projects or that are currently funding. One that just launched today from Merc Publishing, and this is for Miss Meow issue number 5. Now, in case you missed that live stream, I will tell you that this crowdfunding campaign did just launch today, and there are some of the rewards that you can get only this weekend. You have to back it by Sunday night. It's usually only available here over the weekend, so you got to go over there and get those. There are some exclusive covers from Shikari only available this weekend. Absolutely great stuff. Shikari is just a freaking phenomenal artist. They also have like this little collector's box thing that, you know, it comes with it too for their launch special. Definitely worth checking out. Now, the other thing that I did talk about was this is Miss Meow issue number 5, and here in a few minutes we will get into issue number 8 of Miss Meow. That's right, issue number 8. You're like, what are you talking about? Issue number 8, but their crowd currently got a campaign for number 5. And yes, one of the things that happened was, well, about 2 years ago, Merc Publishing did just launched this publishing company not too long ago with a few people that had the idea and wanted to start this company. And they did so a couple years ago, I want to say around December of I guess not, it would have been 2 years ago in December, that they launched Death Rage, their first series, and then shortly thereafter, they launched Miss Meow. And then they went through, did a few issues of that, and then they had a new series called Born of Blood. Now, all of these series are available at your local comic book shop. But here, the way things have been over the past couple of years, they did kind of hit some, I guess you could say, some stumbles along the way, growing pains, if you will. Had issues with printers, as a lot of people did, paper shortage and things like that, and they got a little bit behind on their crowdfunded books. Now, some of that came, I think, when they were doing, it might have been Death Rage issue number 3. Was it number 3? Or it may have been Miss Meow issue number 3. It was somewhere right around there. They had a few printing issues, and they ended up falling behind because they actually have quality books over there. The Kickstarter versions are different than the retail versions that you can find at your local comic book shop, which is the issue that I will be talking about tonight. But they have a certain quality that they and expectations they expect to meet for the people who are backing their crowdfunded projects. And some of that is the paper stock and even the cover stock. Now, I'll tell you the versions you can find at your local comic book shop, they've got excellent cover stock and paper stock on the inside. I would say very comparable to some of the other better indie publishers you can find out there, like, say, Image Comics, Boom Studios, or even Vault Comics as well. These are some of the indie publishers that have a little bit better paper stock than when you go and buy, say, a Marvel or a DC book out there. But they had some printing issues, and I'll tell you, the Kickstarter versions actually have, I think they have a better paper stock and a better cover stock for those. Just a little bit better than the ones you can find in your local comic book shop. I'm not saying like they're a whole lot better, but there is a definite difference. So they fell a little bit behind on those. And so a lot of these series that they are doing through the crowdfunding, they are still going to do them and catch up with them as they are releasing the books in the local comic book shop. About 2 months ago, maybe about 2 months ago, we had the finale of Death Rage, which was their first series, and I believe it was just about 3 weeks ago we had the finale of Born of Blood, which is their third series. And this week we actually had the finale of Miss Meow, and I'm pretty sure it's the finale anyway, or at least of this particular story arc. They do have other stories that are going to be spinning out of this. Like one that's going to be upcoming is called Catfight, which is a character that we were introduced in the Death Rage book, as well as she also crossed over and appeared in Miss Meow. Definitely a cool character, and one that's actually being featured on the cover of several of their books, but then definitely the Kickstarter version of Miss Meow issue number 5 that just, or issue number 6 that just dropped this weekend. So make sure you go check those out. Some very, very good stuff coming out of Merc Publishing over the past couple of years. I would say these folks have definitely rose to the occasion to become one of the better crowdfunders out there. One of my favorite crowdfunding publishers out there is Coffin Comics. They are like the gold standard of crowdfunding. They have their own facility. You can go check them out here on YouTube. A lot of times they will they'll show off like their headquarters and everything. They got a pretty big facility there where they have all the comic books, where they do the fulfillment. They have, you know, obviously their customer service center. They shoot their videos there. Pretty much everything. They got this nice little compound, and they are kind of like the gold standard. All the projects they do, they hit their funding goals and even beyond. They have stretch goals galore, and every single one of them gets a bunch of extra cool little perks that go along with for those stretch goals. And I would say over the past 2 years, Merc Publishing has, I would say, almost gotten to that same bar of customer service and fulfillment for their customers on Kickstarter. Definitely worth checking out. Now, all that being said, one of the things I like to do here on the channel is talk about some of these books, and I even like to go back these books. And if you like what you're seeing on this channel and in these videos, please consider becoming a channel member, because one of the things I do is I do occasionally do some giveaways for some of those books that I go and crowdfund. And because some of these publishers actually have some books at a very good deal, especially the folks over at Coffin Comics. They often do every single one of their projects they do, and they're getting ready to launch one real soon for La Muerta. And they just sent out an email. Kind of previewing a bunch of the different covers that they're going to be having for this upcoming project. Some very, very good stuff. But a lot of times, actually all the times, they have what they call the Premiere Edition and even the hardcover edition. They actually have other versions too, but they have a bundle of these two. They actually come at a pretty good price, so I usually back at that tier level so I can get my hardcover editions, as you can see, like I've got right back here. And then they also have the Premiere Editions, which are the non-hardbacks. And I'll tell you, I give away the Premiere Editions, and some of them are really hard to separate with because they have excellent cover art on those Premiere Editions, as well as the great cover art that are on the hardcover editions as well. And I do the giveaways, and every single time I'm getting ready to send one in the mail, you know, and I'm just like, would the Myrtle Maniacs be mad if I didn't send them their comic book that, you know, I told them they won? And like, would they be mad? Yeah, man, they probably wouldn't be completely mad, but they probably wouldn't be channel members much longer. But some very good books, definitely worth checking out. And some of the books that I have from them that I'm going to be giving away here very soon. The next one of the Premiere Edition that I'm going to be giving away is Lady Death Diabolical Harvest. This is chapter 16 of Lady Death in the Coffin Comics universe. And I'll be giving this away in, we're getting ready to hit May. Should be at the beginning of June. So after next month, to one of our channel members. All you got to do is be a channel member. And this is signed by Brian Pulido himself. Right there. You can see that little right there? That's a signature. It even got the certificate of authenticity right there. And I will be giving that away. All you got to do is become a channel member. Now, the other things that I have that I will be giving away for some of our channel members as well is going to be these right here. We've got Lady Death Rules Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are both signed by Brian Pulido as well, and they do have these certificates of authenticity. Now, these particular books come from what they call the Coffin Comics Catacombs. You can go on coffincomicsshop.com and check out their catacombs. And what the catacombs is they have these different ones here that have slight damages on them, and they I would say they hugely discount these versions that you can pick up. I think these are probably normally like $25 $25, $30, and these were discounted for $10 each. So I will be giving those away to two channel members at the end of this month. So probably come, after this weekend, I will be doing a giveaway for those for one of our channel members. And these books are very nice. The art inside of them is very good. The stories are pretty good as well. I've only been through the first volume. I still have others that I've got to catch up on. I actually backed this project last year where they had the omnibus. There was issues with that because they have certain standards and quality that they want to meet for their backers as well. They actually launched the Kickstarter for that, and the books came in and they were in a condition where they were virtually unsellable. They couldn't necessarily give those to the backers. Just the quality of everything that was going on, they couldn't do. So they ended up refunding all the backers who backed that book. And then later, once they got some additions, got it reprinted, they actually gave all the people who originally backed it the opportunity to still back them at that original price and get those in. And they do still have copies that you can buy from them. I believe they take them to some of the different comic conventions they go to. I think you can get them off of their website. You might be able to. I know I've seen some of them even through the Diamond Previews, the Previews World catalog that you can get at your local comic book shop as well. So they've got a lot of great stuff. And the thing about that omnibus is it's an oversized book, and the presentation in that book and just how it looks so much better than just, like the normal comic size. But, that's just if you ask me, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the trade paperbacks or even the premiere and hardcover editions they do through their Kickstarters, but seeing in that just that little bit bigger format just seems to make a huge difference. And the art that is in those books is just absolutely displayed really beautifully in those pages. But I've also got some other books I'll be doing for giveaways for some of our channel members as well. Soon I'll be giving away this right here. This is Here Comes Calico. This is the manga version of Here Comes Calico. They were actually doing a comic version of this before. This is from Sigma Comics. Some very good stuff, very good people over there. They had a Kickstarter for these, and these were only $10, so I went ahead and backed and got two of them, got an extra so I could do a giveaway as well. And it actually came with this little cool little Sigma Comics sticker right here. So some very good stuff that they have here. Some very good stuff that they have here in crowd-funded comic books. So make sure you go check them out. I do usually try to talk to you guys in some of the live streams and stuff about a lot of these books that I do back. And I know I need to do some more sit down videos and reviews of a lot of these books to show you guys exactly what you can expect when you back their campaigns. I do some of that when I do or I guess Myrtle does, the male Hydra videos. But we certainly need to do more more of those. But yes, thank you all so much for being here. Smash the like button. Tell everybody to come hang out. We're going to talk about some comic books. I see we've got some very good people here. I see we've got my man Daniel Fisher in the building. Lucas Texvenger checking in from work. We got StarWarsMCU-OG. We got Brian Mccann. And look. I'm not muted. Brian Mccann. I'm not muted. And when I had to go to the no, it wasn't. I didn't have Taco Bell. I didn't, it wasn't that. I just had to, when I was out riding, you drink water. This was a rehydration drink, but some electrolytes. You drink water and, you have to go. But thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Let's see. We've also, let's see who else we got here. We got Chillmonger. Chillmonger says comics are pretty dead. Yes. We got RC Scott in the building. Tim's Talk, how are you doing? Says, Hail Hydra. Yes, we can get down with that. I like that. Jason, Polyhedral Paradise, thank you so much for being here. Another one of the Myrtle Maniacs. Look, we got a bunch of Myrtle Maniacs here in the building. Brian McCann says, DC and Marvel are dead. Yeah, not completely. Not completely yet. Jason says, you are single-handedly keeping comics alive. You know what? I only buy them. I do my best. But if it wasn't for some of the creators out there, who knows how bad they might be doing, because there are still some very, very good books out there. DC's comic IPs may be sold off soon. Nah, I like when it comes to Marvel and DC, like it'll take a while. Like Marvel easily gets to subsidize a lot of their stuff. DC, I mean, I think DC knows what they're doing. They have enough of the right books, or Batman, that people still buy. People still buy some Superman, some Wonder Woman, but they still have enough of the books that will at least be able to make the money to keep them alive for a while. I don't think it'll be that. I don't think it'll be that soon. I don't think it'll be that soon. WB will keep the TV and film rights, of course. I want to return to $1 pulp paper comics like the old days. Yes, that would be nice. The View with Drew, thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Chillmonger says Trinity loves a good hardback cover. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Where are we at here? Jason says, you still sent me mine, and I'm still a member. Yes, I greatly appreciate that, Jason. T. Rev says, Chip Zdarsky is coming to my local comic book shop in 2 weeks. I'm getting a Spider-Man life story signed. Nice. You know, in Spider-Man life story, I did like that story. There's a couple of things that, you know, I'm kind of like, but, you know, other than that, I really did like it. Reading it, especially like even the art inside of it really kind of, it brought me back. You know, it reminded me of those sort of like those comics that I read growing up of Spider-Man. It definitely felt like a throwback. But that's pretty cool. I like Chip Zdarsky. I can't say I've read all of his work. Some of it's a little, you know, feels like he's trying to do like the whole Kevin Smith thing sometimes. But I think overall Chip Zdarsky is actually he's a pretty good writer. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Get that Spider-Man life story signed. Yeah, that's cool. The View with Drew says, excellent news, made 4 Lego Marvel short films recently. Oh, okay, nice. All right, like you did them, like the little stop motion kind of things. Because I know, I'm not sure if you guys know Chubby Teddy here on YouTube. He actually has been doing some little stop motion videos as well. But he like using some of his like little alien action figures and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. Chillmonger says, "Here comes Calico. Looks like a Wakandan royal." Yes. Yeah. It's a pretty cool book. And this one right here, really what it is, it's a lot of it's animal advocacy, if you will. They had like the ASPCA do some advertising in their books and stuff, kind of supported them, and that's one of the things that this hero Calico does is he goes out and, I guess you could say, brings justice. Brings justice for abused animals out there. Very good book. Very good book. I would say that it gets a little bit extreme, but I'm okay with that. Says the character is Hector Gill, so representing a different area. Oh yeah. Actually Hector Gill is, oh well, I guess they do have that as the character's name in here, and I do remember that. But actually, the writer of this, his name is H.H. German. H.H. German. But very good stuff. It's a pretty good book. Landon TLB, thank you so much for being here. Jason says, drink dar water. I know I haven't been here in a while. I'm sorry. No, you better be sorry. You better be sorry, Landon. We got Alloys, a viewer. Thank you so much for being here. Long time no see. Yes, yeah, it's been a while, man. I know I've been seeing you and interacting on the tweeters. School been tough. Yeah, I hear you. Jason says, "Uh-oh, I got my tickets to see Mr. Bungle in September, boy." Nice. Hell yeah, dude. That's sweet. I said, that's one of the patent bands I still haven't seen. Haven't seen Mr. Bungle yet. But hey, I got some fitness updates. Nice. All right. I can bench 225 and squat 315. Nice. Hell yeah. Sure. Water. Butt flow. I can squat in a vacant apartment. Yeah, absolutely. You can. You can. And a lot of times you might have rights and they can't just kick you out. Can't just kick you out. I got the ghost bug comic, you know, Boo Beetle. Oh man, that's funny. That's a Mike Porter joke right there. It's a Mike Porter joke. Oh, we can squat together. That's about where I'm at, right? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, like Kraven the Hunter. Yes, like Kraven the Hunter is gonna be. He's gonna be part of. He's gonna be out there saving the animals. Felicity Poubelle, another one of the Myrtle Maniacs. Thank you so much for being here. Said, what? My favorite Toxic Male is talking about ecology? Saving the animals and shit? Who knew? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wait to see the Kraven trailer, right? Yeah, man, that's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be an interesting one to see where they go with that, just from some of the rumors that we've heard about it. That's rated R and Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it. I just hope it doesn't suck like Morbius. Yeah, I haven't seen Morbius, but kind of almost don't really have any desire to. Do I need to see it? Is there any reason for me to see it? There's a few comic book movies that I haven't ever seen at the movie theater and haven't seen at all. That new Hellboy, the new version of it. Apparently they're making a new version, but I haven't seen that. Green Lantern, Morbius. I know there's another one. I just can't think of it. That I've never seen that I didn't see in theaters, and I haven't watched it all. I can't remember what it is. Can't remember. Blue Beetle looks fun. Yeah, it looks like it looks like DC's best MCU movie they've ever done. More people will watch Blue Beetle than Kraven trailer. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I got triggered by my own Facebook memory of going to see Morbius. That's funny. StarWarsMCU-OG says, I hope Kraven is good. Don't know anything about it, really. Yeah, I mean, they haven't really said much other than he's going to be like some sort of animal rights activist or something. I don't know. But it's hard to say these days, because while Kevin Feige lies and says that they're doing things and changing scripts and doing all this stuff and they really don't, I have a feeling that Sony really don't give a shit. They'll probably completely wreck a movie just to have any of the leaks and stuff to come out to not be true. I can see them doing that. Nobody needs to see Morbius, period. Right. Ben Stiller is going to be the new Hell. You know what? That would actually work. And you know what? I was actually watching Dodgeball with my kids last night. I'm like, you know what? I wonder if Ben Stiller is still in that good shape that he always like. Because if you go back and look at Ben Stiller through his career, he's actually always been in pretty good shape. You know, like kind of like ripped up and everything. And I was sitting there thinking, like, there's probably no better actor out there to make a parody version of Rocky than Ben Stiller. Like, I could see him still being able to do that. You know what I mean? I'd love to see that, right? Ben Stiller parodying Rocky. I think that shit would be fire. I think it'd be fire. But yeah. Brian Mccann says Morbius was faithful to the comics. Hey, at least they did that. Yeah. Feel that at least one of the Sony ones aside from Spider-Verse should be good. Yeah, they should. I know a lot of people shit on Sony and everything and what they do with their franchises and stuff, but I don't care what anybody says. I like the first 5 Spider-Man movies they did. I like the first 5 Spider-Man. They were good. Like, they weren't the best. They definitely have their faults, but I thought they were good. I don't know why people shit on it so much. But anyway, I see everybody Stiller I hollered newer, Mike Porter. That's funny. Ben Stiller would probably would parody Raging Bull. Yeah, probably so. Yeah. I thought Creed was a parody version of Rocky. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. You guys are cracking me up. But anyway, guys, let's get into some comic books. Let's get into some comic books. Like I was saying, we've heard getting all this news about, comic publishers going out. God, what was it? Late last year, Aftershock Comics. A lot of people, big news story. They ended up filing for bankruptcy, but they're still around. They're still around, slowly catching up with their publishing and getting things done, getting creators paid that they owe money to, and hopefully soon by this fall they will be releasing some new titles. Right now they are currently finishing out some of their series, and they're not launching any new ones till probably around the fall time. And in the meantime, they are getting creators and people paid that they owe money to, and hopefully by this fall, they should be in a position where they can start putting out some of these new titles. But as much as we hear all of these different stories out there about some of these different comic publishers not doing so good, we can take a look at different comic lines out there and see what exactly is going on. Because even when another one of my favorite publishers is going on out there right now, AWA Upshot, it seems like even their titles have really slowed down. I was noticing that like just this week as I think Black Tape came out, issue number 3, and I was like, man, wasn't this supposed to come out like a week ago or something? Like some of its distribution, little delays and stuff like that. But I'm like, man, it seems like a lot of their titles really slowed down. They came out a couple years ago, really pumping them out, and they were putting out some very good books. But it seems as of late, even they are starting to slow down a little bit. But while a lot of these publishers are doing what they can to continue doing business, within all of that, a lot of these publishers, there are still books, absolutely great books being put out by some of the creators that are finding a way to get their work out there. And last year, one launched on Image Comics that I have to say, it was one that was very unexpected. I bought all the covers for it when it came out, just all the ones that are available through my local comic book shop. I know that they've had some other shop exclusives and things like that for this particular series. But it was one that really came unexpected, and one that I decided to pick up because of the artist that was doing it. This particular artist I first discovered through a series called Bolero, which came out on Image Comics as well. And she did the art. Her name is Luana Vecchio. But some months ago, last year, they actually released a new title called Lovesick. And this week was the finale of Lovesick. And I have to tell you, man, this series has got to be the best fucking series that I have read in at least 2 years, from anything coming out of any of the bigger publishers out there that you can get through your local comic book shop. This series right here is just freaking phenomenal. For one, Luana Vecchio, I really enjoy her art, the style that she has, and you can see that here, just based on this cover, is fucking phenomenal. I love the way the art looks. I love the colors she uses. And even in this particular book, the story itself is absolutely great. Now, it's not for everybody. As you can see, it's definitely it's got a lot to do with body horror and cannibalism. And this particular character, not this main character, not her, this character called Domino, she's not the cannibal here. But she is actually leading, she's what they call the mother demon, if you will. She has there's, on the internet, she runs a forum on, on the dark web. She has this thing, her forum called Lovesick. I believe it's called Lovesick, just the same. But basically it's Red Room kind of shit where she goes and has these videos, these live streams where people obviously pay to be members, and they go on there to pay to see exactly what she does. And she actually goes and picks people who are in her audience, who watch, who want, who volunteer to come on their show and get murdered. And beyond that, how she kind of ended up getting into this was she had a blog that she was writing as a teenager, and there was this other character, one of our main characters, who is, I guess you could say, the cannibal in this story, who kind of found her and ended up kidnapping her. But he kidnapped her under her own free will. She wanted to be kidnapped. And so he ended up taking her, and she basically became his pet. But through all of that, she was kind of a nuisance to him, and even a hindrance to him, and exactly what his partner, I guess you could say his boyfriend, if you will, kind of what their plans were, because they actually were into the cannibalism and actually got into this other group, and they got in good with kind of the leader of this group, and wanted to take over essentially his forum once basically he was too old, or even passed away and died. And that's kind of what we see takes place over the course of this story. But through all of that, different things happen with our main character, Domino. She ends up getting attacked from these people called the Blood Cells, and it turns out that even that was sort of a setup. But the thing that goes on in this story is so great, because there's just this love story going on underneath all of this in this sick and grotesque world between our main character, Domino, here, and the man who was completely infatuated with her and kidnapped her. Just some very, very great shit going on in this book, and I can't even express how great it is without sitting here and reading like this whole damn comic. And I can show you a little bit more of some of the art in this book, and you can see the art. You can see some of the colors. She uses different color schemes as well for a lot of these different, for different scenes and things like that. You can even see like right here where in these panels where we got using a lot of like the pinks and the purples, and then we go down here like into this scene where we have different color palette, because they are representing different points in time. And as you're reading the story, you kind of pick up on some of that. And then you can even get like right here. See right here, like even the color palette is a little different. Obviously displaying, once again, another shot in time, separate from even the previous ones that I had shown you. And this particular issue right here, man, like I was like, it's so damn good, and just the things that it gets into, that I really felt like this series, I didn't want it to ever end. But it's also one of those series, like, you got to trust in the artist and the creator to end it at the right time, because there can be something that goes on so long that it really starts to lose that magic. And no, I'm not talking about the MCU. I'm talking about this book and some other books out there. But absolutely great stuff in this book. The finale was absolutely great. It comes to a climax that just leaves you, like, it left me even scratching my head at some point, like whoa, wait, what's going on here? And then you see, by the time you get into the end of the story, you're like, oh, okay, like this really is kind of tripping me up in this way. Like, it's just a real head trip of seeing exactly what's going on and seeing from different people's point of views as we navigate through this story. It's absolutely great. And when you get to the end of this, the end of every single one of these books, we actually get some notes from Luana Vecchio, and even her collaborator, who actually did a lot of the translation, because I'm not for sure where Luana's from, but basically, like, English isn't necessarily her first language where this was written in, so he does a lot of the translations. Yeah, the English adaptation from Edward Chow. So very good stuff, man. Like, again, stuff, very mature subject matter, and even getting into stuff that is probably kind of not the kind of subject matter that a lot of people want to get into. But this book is absolutely fucking great. These right here are the kind of books that more publishers need to be putting out. Not playing it safe, just really getting in there, getting in the muck, and putting out some shit that a creator really really puts a lot of time and effort and research into. And she talks about the research that she got into and kind of what drove her to write this book. It wasn't just like, hey, I love comic books, I just want to write this story. There was really a lot that went into this. Her thinking about kind of this dark world and the psychology behind a lot of it. It's a very, very interesting book. Like I said, we're dealing with love. We're dealing with this the dark web and this dark subject matter. While at the same time, everything that's going on in here, we're also talking about consent. When we get into stuff, these people who are being cannibalized, they consent to it. They want to be. The people who she is murdering in her Red Room sessions, they want to be there. And it's very interesting by the time you get into that. And if you really kind of think about just like the human psyche and the things that people get into, it's just really, really good. It's a fucking captivating book, and I think it's one that's going to be coming out on trade paperback very soon. And I think that you guys should definitely give it a chance if it's something that sounds like it might interest you. Like I said, I think it's the best comic book to hit shelves of local comic book shops in several years. Absolutely great stuff. More publishers need to take a chance with, I would say, kind of risky books and subject matters exactly like Lovesick. And, you know, they've had a bunch of different great covers. You got this Virgin cover of the same cover I just showed you. Got this one right here. You got this one right here. Bunch of different great covers coming out for this series. And man, I'm telling you, I love this book. And matter of fact, I was going through some of my comic books earlier, and I found one of my. I've got to go find a new copy of one of these books, because one of them looks like they kind of got smashed in my box, and I honestly kind of got a little bit pissed off, and I just wanted to fucking wreck shit because I was like, no. Anyway, I didn't throw a fit. I was just upset. Because my fucking book was ruined, and now I gotta go track down another copy of it, and hopefully I don't gotta pay over cover price for it, because apparently I'm not the only one that loves this book. And I'm not sure if it's one of those books that was I'm not sure how many copies of each of these were printed, so I'm not sure that it's one that's in high circulation, but I do know that it is in somewhat high demand. And if you ask me, I can absolutely see why. But let me know down in the comments below if you guys have read Lovesick, if it's something that interests you or anything like that. Let me know down in the comments below. Like I said, it's something that's definitely not for everybody out there. But okay, let's see here. Okay, let's get back into the chats here. Oh man, let me get in this live chat, not top chat. Yeah, live chat. There we go. Chat. I know I skipped a couple of here. Let's see. Has Kevin Feige really said that? Said what? What did he say? Morbius was faithful to the comics. DC's Spider-Man, Blue Beetle is. Kevin Feige said what? I'm not sure. What did he say? What? I don't know. Brian Mccann. I think that the editing hurt it a lot. Oh, are we talking about Morbius still? Okay, Morbius. It was his dad that was the OG Craven Hunter. His kid, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, will be the kinder Craven. Oh, is that how it's going? Interesting. Huh. Landon says, some of y'all need to stop clowning DC. You know, it's kind of hard not to clown them. You know what I mean? Like at some point, I mean, they want to be clowned, right? I mean, look, Tim Drake, they pulled a Drake on him. Bobby Drake, Tim Drake, Drake. He got draked, man. You know, he's a pickle puffer now. So, you know, hey, It's not me. It's not me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Oh, T-Rev says, I like how Blue Beetle's logo and branding is similar to Cobra Kai, trying to take advantage of the connection, right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Landon says, MCU been trashed, just straight up garbage. Yeah, I mean, like, admittedly, you know, Phase 4 hasn't been that great, and moving into Phase 5 so far, it hasn't been that good. It hasn't been that good. Morbius' only problem was they cut 30 to 45 minutes of the character development. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's important. That's the important stuff. That's the important stuff. Joanna Stiller, I hardly knew her. That's funny. Yeah, would parody Raging Bull. I hope they rope some people into seeing it at least. Yeah, like I'll go see Blue. I'll give it a chance. I mean, it just kind of sucks because it seems like it's one of those ones we don't know what James Gunn is doing. You know, it's so mysterious. If it's one that's even worth seeing in the theater, you know, like, God, what was the last DC movie I seen in the theater? What was the last DC movie I watched besides the Batman? I thought the Batman was okay. It wasn't great, but I thought it was okay. Yeah, Meet the Parents, De Niro. Yeah, that's definitely a connection. Director's cut. Yeah, director's cuts are underutilized. Yeah, they are for sure. And you know, and that's one of the things, you know, with those Snyder people. Like one of the things I never understood with that whole thing, like the Snyder cut and all that shit, is like, what's the big deal? Like, and they did it. They did it. They released the director's cut, if you will. I don't see what the big deal is, other than they had a large portion of the movie completely unfinished. Is that, like, you go watch a lot of these movies, like there's tons of movies that they release director's cuts for. I don't see why there's an issue with any movie, them deciding, oh, once it's out on DVD, hey, let's put out the director's cut. What's so hard about that? Like, is that too much to ask for? Apparently it is. Apparently you've got to create a whole mob of people to get mad and create an online campaign. I agree. It doesn't always have to be 4+ hours, but yes, right. And I still haven't watched that. Agreed. Morbius needs a longer cut. Didn't IDW lay off a bunch of people today? Yeah. Well, I think it was the day before. I think it was on Thursday. But yeah, they laid off a lot of people. They went off the New York Stock Exchange, and apparently that was a choice that the company made. It wasn't like they just kind of fell off, but it was a choice they made to be taken off the New York Stock Exchange. But yeah, things and the thing with IDW is over the years you could kind of see where it was like. One of their big things that they have is a lot of IPs that they don't own. I mean, they got like the Ninja Turtles, they got Transformers, they got My Little Pony, they got Sonic the Hedgehog. I know they've got some others. I think they were doing Dungeons and Dragons. And so they basically have a bunch of IP that they're basically paying a lot of money to create the comics. And they're probably obviously not getting the kind of return that they need. While they did also have some of their own creator owned books or properties that they did. I know they also had like Kanto. Right now they're doing Breath of Shadows from Rich Douek, which I think is a good book. But they also did the one that he did where I first really heard him was Sea of Sorrows, which was I thought was a really good book as well. But they just seem they got Star Trek too. It just seems like they're obviously not getting the kind of sales out of the books that they need to with as much as they're paying for the IPs that they have. So I know they lost they were doing a lot of the Star Wars stuff, and they lost that one. I think is it Dark Horse doing a lot of the other like Star Wars books now. Like I think they're doing the High Republic stuff through Dark Horse. So yeah, they just kind of like their sales obviously haven't been there, and things aren't going for too well for them. But yeah, they laid off. I think they said like 39% of their staff essentially. So yeah. Yeah, IDW went off the market. Yeah, no longer publicly traded. Had to look it up. Yeah, 39%. Yeah, 39%. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I know some of the people that some people got promoted and probably not getting raises. They still got jobs though. But some of the people even are still on contract, but their contracts are essentially different. Like I seen one guy talking about that he's no longer exclusive. He can now go and work for other publishers as well now. So, I guess with some bad comes a little bit of good for some of the people. Yeah, altogether, yeah, it's not very good. Not very good. Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a very good evening as well. Image, remember Armor X? I never read Armor X. No. All women are cannibals, says Brian Mccann. Felicity says, this is some hostile type shit, huh? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Definitely some hostile type shit. LB, what is up? I hope all's going well with you. He says, comics are alive. Yeah, they are. They are. There's definitely still some creators out there, like I said, doing what they can to keep the comic books alive, to keep great comic books alive. Let's see. We've got William Moloch in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Titan says, Carbidio. Thank you so much for being here, Titan. Brian says, I want the full Barry Windsor Smith Weapon X on film. Oh, yeah. No extra story added. Just the abduction, bonding the adamantium to his bones, and the brainwashing and control over him. Then he ends escaping. Yeah, that could be... obviously, that could be a very, very compelling story instead of just doing it, kind of in the mix of a larger X-Men movie, right? That's a very character-centric story. And, they've managed to do a lot of that in the X-Men films, but that's the thing is, that's a huge story to cover in an X-Men film. It should be definitely a solo story. Or, man, that sounds bad. It shouldn't be a solo Star Wars story, but a solo movie, yes. Titan says the Snyder Cut is my Jeebus. I'm excited for the Marvels. Brie is hot, says Titan. Yeah, I'm waiting for the Marvels. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm excited for it, but I'm definitely oddly intrigued for what the movie has in store for us. I know they've been going through a lot of changes and things like that. And Brie, I don't think she's ugly. I think she's an attractive woman. Everybody has different tastes, but I certainly don't think she's ugly at all. And if you follow her Instagram, I'm willing to bet she could probably outlift and probably even kick the shit out of a lot of her haters. But I think even a lot of those haters really actually love Brie because they bring her so much money, right? But yeah, no, I follow her on Instagram and here on YouTube and shit. And while I can we be honest? She's really only done a couple of things controversial, and the one was the one thing that got everybody mad. Yeah, I'm being hyperbolic. Not everybody, but that and some of the other. She's come out and said some other stupid shit that I think at that point a lot of people didn't really care about. But one of the things I always say here is it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the way she said some of the shit she said is you could find a better way to say that. And then I know there's people out there but you gotta say something to get their attention. But yeah, sure. But at some point there's that negative attention that you get, and that's what she got. And at this point, it's probably not gonna stop for her, But other than that, yeah, I don't think she's ugly. And I think she's a pretty good actor, I haven't seen everything she's in, but the things I've seen her in, I'm yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. James Gunn had no involvement with Blue Beetle. Yeah, none at all. Daniel Fisher said, I'm planning to skip. Skipped on me. I'm planning to skip the Flash, but we'll see Blue Beetle in the theater. Yeah, Flash. I'll probably wait for it to hit the max. Can we call it the max, or do I just call it Max? You know, it's like ESPN 8, the Ocho. Suicide Squad was good, better than the first one. Okay, I'll have to take your word for that, because yeah, I watched the first one, and yeah, I heard that about the second one. I haven't even watched it. I think it's on HBO Max, and I haven't watched it. I haven't bothered. You know why? Because there's so many other great movies on HBO Max. Why the fuck would I waste my time with any bullshit DC movies? You know what I mean? Like seriously, I've been watching like fucking. We watched Dodgeball on there. Been watching Demolition Man. The other night I tried to. I know I made a mistake. I was trying to go to sleep and I put on fucking Rambo. Yeah, I didn't get to sleep that night. I watched all of it. Luckily, I went to sleep. I was trying to go to sleep at a decent time, so I was able to make it all through it all and still get some good sleep. Ezra's career was over in a flash. I see what you did there. And
Stop it. Stop it.
Let's see. Daniel Fisher says, but what about the rumor about what's the rumor about Aquaman? That it sucks? Is it that it sucks? I don't know. William Moloch says, I saw Black Adam in the theater. Did you know he wasn't a hero in that film? No, I don't. You know what? I think I tried to watch that on HBO Max, and I got, I don't know, maybe about a half hour or so into it. And I'm just like, man, this is rough. I watched something else. That was hard. So is everyone in Aquaman going to die? I don't know. Maybe they fridged her. Who knows? I definitely won't pay to see it, no matter how hot Momoa looks. Right? Yeah. You know what? Obviously, I'm a dude. I can admit when a dude looks good. I can admit that. But like Jason Momoa, I see him like, I don't see what women see. I mean, he's got. I guess maybe he's got kind of the rugged look. Maybe is that what? Maybe it's those eyebrows, and maybe he's the pride of gypsies, right? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Oh, man. Felicity, totally fair in my opinion. I'm way more here for the future Lantern projects. And yeah, absolutely. Damajana in the building. What's up, man? Hope you're doing very well. Damajana says, just giving you a shout out. Got to open tomorrow. Catch you later. All right, man. All right. Yeah, good luck. Get some rest. And yeah, I know you're clear on the East Coast, so it's late for you. It's definitely late for you over there, man. But thank you so much for being here, man. I hope all's going well with you. Let's see. Felicity says, I'm definitely intrigued by Green Lantern meets True Detective vibe Gunn talked about. Yeah, that could be. That could be very good. That could be very good. Like I said, like I'm interested to see where Gunn's gonna take his new universe. Am I gonna be excited about it? Like you got to get like I know some people are like, oh, they're all hyped and everything, but like you got to give me something to be hyped about, right? You can't just talk about shit. I mean, Star Wars talks about shit, but they never put anything out. Certainly nothing exciting. So, you got to get me excited. I just want some salt on my fries. Tell me, does anybody know that reference? The salt on my fries? Man, oh, man. Anyway, all right. I got to move on from that one. Oh, man. His wife is attractive, but as long as he doesn't insert her everywhere, like his like his what? Are you talking about? Or you mean I don't know. Felicity Poubelle says, Breeze Bra is holding up well. Huh? Yeah, it was. I'm telling you, in that trailer, it was definitely holding up well. It's definitely, but you know what? And then do I need to bring this out? You're a woman, you get it. But like, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, look how tiny she is. She's very, very petite. So when you're very, very petite, I mean, look, when you're that petite, it doesn't take it doesn't take anything very big to seem very big on something, on such a small frame, right? It doesn't, yeah, right? You get it. It's almost like those Instagram angles and stuff, like, yeah, like that. Anyone buy a car because of Brie? Oh yeah, was she doing like the Nissan? Was she doing Nissan commercials? Yeah, not me. I wouldn't buy a Nissan. I'd probably buy a Toyota. Like one of those, like those 4Runners are pretty nice. I like those 4Runners, Drop that taco. I'm not even gonna ask what that means. The Max was the cafe from Saved by the Bell, though. Is that what it was called? Was it called the Max? I don't remember. Yeah, I remember that. The community is what's the community? The community is streaming Total Recall tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. What's the community? Okay. But yeah, Total Recall. Watch that. That's on HBO Max. We watched that with my kids not too long ago. Yeah. James Gunn did say if Blue Beetle makes a profit, DC will continue with sequels. Yeah, we'll see. Like here's the thing is like at this point he will say anything to get your asses in the theater and in those seats to make any money. So he has money to continue with some of his projects. I think he's just doing lip service. Just watched Anchorman 1 and 2. I love those movies. Yeah, Anchorman 2, it was okay. It was okay right until they tried to replicate the Sex Panther joke, and then they tried to do the Sex Panther joke again. Like at that point, yeah, I was really starting to tune out. But the first one is fucking excellent. Yeah, heard Guardians 3 was good. Yeah, I keep hearing that. I can't take anybody's word for it. I will be seeing it next Thursday, but I can't take anybody's word for that shit. Like, yeah, there's just no way. I can't take. You know what? There's honestly nobody's word I trust when it comes to some of these things, right? Some people's words I absolutely cannot trust. I just can't. And it's partially because it's not my trust issues. It's because different strokes for different folks, right? I heard Aquaman F's a fish, like the rumors from Peacemaker. Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah, Momoa has that rugged, homeless look. That's funny stuff. That's funny, Star Wars MCU-OG. Yeah, he does. Well, he's the Pride of Gypsies. Oh, man. That's the rumor. Oh, okay. Is that the rumor you were referring to? All right. Yeah. I didn't know, but that's funny. But, well, isn't, what's her name? She's a fish, right? Isn't she, yeah, I don't know. Just realized I didn't watch Titans yet. Yeah, I've never seen, I don't do the shows or anything like that. Like, for me, it's like TV shows are just hard to watch. Some of them I managed to tough it through some of them, but yeah, it's hard. Nothing has any concrete dates for the Star Wars movies. Yeah, and the thing is with Star Wars, even when they come out with a concrete date, they're gonna move that shit. Yeah. I can't believe that they're gonna put something out until there's actually not even just ads on TV, but tickets for sale. The tickets gotta be on sale, otherwise I'm not gonna believe it. Daniel, if there was truly a season not worth watching, it's this one. Oh shit. Some of the Gunverse, but they did say stuff about starting to shoot soon. Okay, yeah. You ain't never lied, Jared Dyer. Okay, yeah. So they are starting to film soon. It's called the Push Up, brah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Quentin's disco. Okay, gotcha. Reset dropped that taco in the Nissan car. Oh, okay. All right. Is that what it was? Drop that taco. That's funny. Never thought I would post this link anywhere, but yeah. Saved by the Phil. Oh, okay. You got the Saved by the Phil Wikipedia. Look, you even got the link on tap right there, man. It's ready to go. Avengers Endgame is actually inspired by Anchorman 2. Shut the. That's funny. Yeah. It's a lot of shills out in these streets. Oh, man. Yeah. A symbol scene taken straight out of Anchor. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. Well, I mean, but didn't they do that in the first Anchorman? I feel like they did that in the first Anchorman too, right? Can't trust someone who says, well, well, well. Yeah, you know what? I can't, that one's not working anymore. I can't get that one to work anymore. The last time I tried to get it to work, it wouldn't work. Well, well, well. I think Grace broke Streamlabs when I used that last. I think it broke Streamlabs. Oh, man. Brian says, Trinity just wants Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for everyone to have enchanted suits. No. Well, people can't, if they had enchanted suits, and, you know, that might be okay if they have enchanted suits, but definitely not Moon Knight. Definitely not Moon Knight. Well, also, in The Boys, there's a certain character that bangs a squid or octopus. Oh, okay, I wouldn't know. Like, The Boys is one of those ones that has all the ingredients of something I should like, but I tried to watch it, and I couldn't. It was just, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't for me. You know, I don't mind violence. I don't mind the cursing. I don't mind a lot of that shit, but I watched it, and I'm just like, it's just not appealing to me. Even with Elizabeth Shue, it just didn't do it. Just didn't do it. Titan sucks. Don't ever watch that show. TikTok has the biggest show. Oh yeah, TikTok is full of a bunch of brain dead people. Right? Deep is hilarious in The Boys. All right, I have to take your word for it. Now, you know, getting back into some comics, you know, that the comics aren't dead. As I was saying before, there are people out there doing everything they can to keep comics alive. And a lot of that are creators not necessarily doing work for the big two. I would say big three, DC, Marvel, or Image. But a lot of it you're going to find in the indie world. But aside from that, most of it is coming out of people who are launching their own projects through Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and even as young Rippa59 did through things like the Rippaverse, who are people starting their own companies. But one of the publishers I've talked about ad nauseum here on the channel is Merc Publishing right here. You can check out that beautiful logo right there. Check it out. These guys have been around for just over 2 years now. They have some of the creators who have been around a lot longer, but they have been around 2 years doing some of these different crowd-funded books. And as I was saying earlier, these guys have launched 3 different series, and they have now wrapped, I believe, all of them up, this last one being Miss Meow. And they have been creating, some very good stories, definitely worth checking out, where you see like some of the characters and some of the things going on are very similar to things that you have seen before. And I would say, I wouldn't say that you can't do anything original these days, like it's all been done, but there is so many things out there, whether you're talking about comic books, movies, music, that is very, I mean, not even very, but just a little bit derivative of other projects out there. And certainly you see some of those things when you get into a lot of books. But when you get into the originalities, when you're able to take and pay homage to what something else has done while still doing your own thing. And I think they've done a lot of that at Merc Publishing with their books. They started out this company with their first 2 titles, and during that time since they have launched, they actually brought in other creators to help. How would you say? To help improve the quality of the storytelling of what they're doing. They over the past year or so, they brought in Aaron Sparrow as well as Joe Corallo to help with the scripts and punch up the scripts of what they are doing in these books. Miss Meow is one of these titles that they have done that has been very excellent, just ended this week. You can find these books at your local comic book shop, like I was saying earlier. They have Kickstarters that they have been doing that they are behind on, as I was saying earlier as well. But It's books like this, people like this who are, you can tell, have a real love and a real passion for the work they're doing. And while there is some of those kind of feelings of like I said, derivative, when you get into things like Miss Meow and what's going on in here, that are still really good. You can see where these creators have that love for the books in what they are doing. And they're coming out with these stories that, while not completely original, are they're still doing their own thing, and they are getting great artists to come in and do work on these books, as well as colorists, as you can see displayed here in these books. And it's just really great and refreshing when you come across some of these creators who are doing this. Now, it's easy to pass off some of these books very easily when you take a look at, say, this cover right here, this cover right here, these different covers. You know, that when you look at them on the surface, they look like a lot of the stuff that you're going to see out of companies like Zenoscope, Dynamite, who largely get a lot of their sales based on covers, cover sales, right? Cover buys. You go read, check out any Dynamite book. Every single issue they put out, they have multiple covers. Like every single issue, they probably got 5, 6, 10 different covers just for one title, for one book. And sure, some of them might be that good, but I've read a lot of some of the Dynamite books that I've went and bought their books, and they're not that good. Just like you get into it, like the stories, like, yeah, you know, some of them are all right. I'm not gonna put Zenoscope there because I haven't really read any of their books, but you can see that they have artists that they bring on to, you know, that appeal to a certain crowd. And, you know, let's face it. I mean, it's appealing. You got beautiful women on here who are curvy, who have boobies, right? I mean, somebody like I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. You know, you put a beautiful drawn woman on there with a nice rack. Hey, you know, like it gets my attention. It gets my attention, and it's not always gonna get my attention. I'm not always gonna buy it, but it's something that certainly helps, right? It's something that certainly helps. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be all about the titties. I mean, you get on here, you know, we see some of the books I brought from Merc Publishing, like the ones I was showing just the other day, a lot of the work from like Shikari, where we get in here. And, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, you get into some of these, like these right here. I mean, they're titty books, right? But the stories inside of them, you know, are still something where you can see that people have a passion for what they're doing, and they are doing good books. For me, these books right here aren't just about the boobies. It's not just about the hot women on the cover. It's actually about the good stories going on within these books. And again, there's creators out there doing it, publishers out there trying to make their way, and are making their way out there to help I guess help improve the current landscape of comic books. And I'm not one of those doom and gloom people and is gonna act like comics are dead and, you know, it's going by everything's terrible. It's not like that. But certainly there are, if you go and look at a lot of the books coming out of say the big three, you get into like your DCs and Marvels, that there's a lot of books that are put out there that just like, you know, I know so many people like to talk about woke comic books, and it's really not that. I haven't seen a whole lot of that in the Marvel and DC books as of late, but I also haven't read a whole lot of them lately either. But for me, a lot of it is just generally in the storytelling and what they're doing. A lot of them just not very exciting. They don't have editors who are there telling them like, hey, like, can you do something to punch up the script, make it a little bit better? Can you work on this art? Make it a little bit more visually appealing. I mean, comics is a visual medium. It's got to look good. And I just don't see a whole lot of that coming out of, well, certainly Marvel. and because I'm more of a Marvel head than I am DC, but there's a lot of that, and there's just a lot of lackluster storytelling going on, and just stories that aren't as compelling as what we get out of a lot of the indie creators. I think the sad thing is when it comes to a lot of the indie books being put out there by some of the publishers and even the creators is they're a lot of them aren't the kind of stories and things like that that are necessarily appealing to a wider and larger audience. And I think that's a sad thing, especially when it comes to Marvel and DC, because when it comes down to it, and this is something the doc has brought up several times. If you guys ever watch Thinking Critical, one of the guests on there, regular guest, is the doc, and he's on there, and that's one of the things he talked about. Is one of the big things with comic books is the drama, the ongoing drama. You need that ongoing story. A lot of these characters have been around 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 fucking years. And they wouldn't be around that long if there wasn't that drama, these good stories to be told. And it's not because people are running out of ideas and the wells run dry, superhero comics are dead or anything like that. It's people having a passion for the books and wanting to tell good, captivating stories. And good, captivating stories don't mean everything has to be all serious. It means it can't be not have politics in it. I know, like, the politic thing is something everybody likes. Like, look, and I always laugh when people bring up the politic thing, because I think any sensible person out there that knows, even a lot of these fucking people who talk about politics in comic books, know that politics, yeah, they've always been in comic books. Yeah, like that is largely a big fucking thing, especially in superhero comics, is the politics. The difference is in how the story is told. In how the story is told, the way that you introduce characters, ideas, and things that are going on within the stories itself. Because certainly, yeah, I mean, if you asked me, I would say a lot of the better comic books out there, a lot of the better movies, even comic book movies, music, a lot of the best shit out there is fucking politically driven, because it's somebody who has something they got to say, that they want to say because of a certain way they feel about a certain thing. And at times you can get away with beating somebody over the head with a certain point, but that don't mean the story overall has to be something that you're doing that with. You don't have to spell everything out. You can leave an air of mystery out there. But it feels like there's just so much of that missing in the comic books that we get today. You can have all of this silly, slapsticky, zany shit out there and in these books. A lot of my favorite books that I've read that are the old classic shit have that in there. They have the serious element to them, but you read some of it, it's like, this seems a little slapsticky and fucking silly. It seems silly. But it's also done within the confines of a great fucking captivating story. And it's just something that is largely missing from a lot of the comic books coming out today, a lot of the movies coming out today. And, I've kind of brought this up before as well. Like, I just hope that this upcoming writer's strike that may happen here, like within the movie industry in Hollywood, I hope that this strike will bring us back the great writers, or at least good writers, that we used to have before. Because after the 2007 strike, we got some bullshit that we've been putting up with over like the past, what has it been, like fucking 10 years or so. Like, it's been fucking terrible. And hopefully in the meantime, a lot of those people will fucking move on and go get fucking real jobs, and we can get some of the great writers back writing some of these movie scripts, these TV shows. I don't watch TV, so I don't really give a fuck about that. But even the comic books, there are great writers out there who do a lot of work in the indie, I would say in the indie part of comic books who have some great stories and great ideas. Who I would say some of them have kind of caught the eye of some of the bigger publishers. We've seen some of the bigger publishers get some of this talent and bring them onto books. Unfortunately, the ones they pick are the wrong ones. The wrong ones. But there are good writers out there who are just waiting for their chance. And maybe, just maybe, after this next strike, maybe we'll get some of those good ones back. Maybe we'll get some of the good ones actually put in positions where they can write some of the good, more mainstream stories for us. I'm not going to hold my breath, but it's something I'm hoping for. Something I'm hoping for. Now, I'll tell you one of the things that certainly isn't going to be that is let me show this. Let me show this here for you guys. Let me see if I can pull this up right here. Where are we at? Let's go here. Is it this one? Okay. So recently I was on the tweeters, and this was from a comic creator. And I seen this post on Twitter. And these are the kind of people that, you know, maybe we don't want writing some of these books and things. But here, let's let me bring this up and show you guys. Right here, I seen this on the tweeters the other day. I seen this writer, and this is what he says. He says, "I can't understand how people I knew, raised with me, similar experiences, can break for Trump. I can only assume because I had the same upbringing. They hate minorities, Jews, Muslims, women, gay people, trans people, and non-Christians. How does this happen? How?" And this is, you know, and look, this writer, like, you look, I posted this, I shared this on Twitter. Look, I'm not one of those people who's like, you know, like, don't leave these people alone. I screenshotted this and posted a screenshot and didn't retweet it for a fucking reason. All right, but it's shit like this. When I see shit like this, where I am truly dumbfounded. This is one of those things where I read a post like this, and where I know that some people out there don't have the mental faculties to be on social media. Because when you get into thinking about some of these kinds of posts, and you guys, I'm sure you guys see them on social media all the time, but this, you know, and I know, if Felicity's still here, she's going to say Twitter isn't real life. But the thing is, like, this person obviously has this thought process. And there's a lot of people out there who do have this thought process. Very many of them you probably don't bump into in real life. There are a lot of them secluded to their homes. We know what everything's done to everybody the past few years, and even leading up to what's happened over the past few years was kind of the perfect storm for a lot of this stuff to happen. The way the internet and especially social media has sped up the information is now at our fingertips. It used to be, you know, like now it's at the touch of a button. You can reach people across the world, but that doesn't mean that you're any wiser than when the only person that was listening to you flap your stupid fucking mouth was the guy sitting at the end of the bar, and while you're drinking there on a fucking Monday afternoon because you're a fucking loser. But the internet has broken so many people's minds and brains and thought processes into these kinds of things where and it's not just some warped asshole who's a leftist. You know, I see this same bullshit out of fucking conservatives and anything like that. And when I retweeted this, that's exactly what I said. I'm not for the fucking the left, the right. I could give a fuck less about any of the political parties or any of their candidates. But when I get in and I see shit like this, there are people out there who are this stupid, who really think that a lot of this political bullshit and this divide and all that bullshit really fucking matters. And I can tell you, there's people probably just exactly like this guy who are the type of people who will say, oh, there is no culture war, it doesn't exist, and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you're sitting there saying this exact same kind of shit. And because you're in denial of the world going on around you and the people in the world around you, because these people only living at home behind their computer screens. You don't run into this kind of shit out there in the real world. I haven't, and I'm out, I'm out there. I've got a lot of customers that I see on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis, who are of different walks of life, different nationalities, cultures, everything like that, skin colors, however you want to put it, who all have different beliefs. And not one of them would I ever, no matter who they fucking voted for and the shit we talk about, like, would I ever question this shit, because they hate Trump, or they voted for Biden, or they voted for Trump. Would I ever question if they are fucking racist, homophobes, hate trans, fucking Christians, like all this bullshit? Like, that is some silly and stupid shit. And this is the kind of stuff that, the internet's not real life, but there are people out there who truly think like this. And it's stuff like this that these are the kind of people say, I wish people could just come together. I wish the world wasn't so divided. But you are the one doing that. When you take and think that just because somebody voted for a certain fucking candidate, that there's really some sort of a difference between you and them. You're going to sit here and you're going to call them a bigot while you're doing the exact same fucking thing. And it's so funny because these same people don't see it. They can't take a look in the mirror and be honest with themselves about how they're being, about exactly what they see in the mirror, which I could guarantee you, if they were honest, they would see a sad, fucking broken and lonely person that needs help. Anybody who really thinks like this, I really do feel bad for you. I feel sorry. I feel sorry and bad for you that whatever it is that's happened in your life, that you really believe these things that are coming out of your fingertips and onto a screen. I don't know where your life went wrong or what happened to you, that you really fucking think that just because somebody voted for a different fucking political candidate than you, that they're somehow so different than you, that this person is so bad that you would equate them to fucking, to fucking funny mustache man. Like, where is that thought process even at? I have never once thought that about somebody. I don't even think that about this fucking idiot who posted this. I will say, obviously, you can tell by their post that the person is bigoted, right? And I know, look, and that's the thing is I talk about it and people are like, oh, well, it's just not the same. Being a bigot to a bigot is still fucking bigotry, okay? I don't give a fuck what your argument is against that. You have no argument. Because it's the same fucking thing. The definition still means the same shit. It's not that hard to understand. Oh, well, that person's intolerant and they hate this and that and they're just a bigot. Well, what the fuck are you being? Right? What are you being? You're saying that person isn't allowed to have an opinion. They got to vote your way. Otherwise, no. I mean, is that not a form of bigotry? It's the same shit. But somewhere along the line, something happened inside your little fucking pea-sized brain that you can't see it. And how? I don't know. You're so empathetic. You're so tolerant. How do you not see that you are the exact fucking mirror version of the person that you fucking hate? I don't know. I don't really know where all of that went wrong. And I will say, and it's something I I attribute to, and believe me, I've said this many times before, and I don't mean it in an insulting way, but there is a lot of stupid fucking people out there in the world. I would say a majority of people are. A majority of people have fucking low IQs. Their thought process is really low. And look, that's not a bad thing. Everybody in the world makes the world go round. Not everybody's meant to be fucking a Stephen Hawking or a fucking Steve Jobs, or not everybody's meant to be fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger or any of that bullshit. Like, not everybody is that. Everybody is unique, and everybody has a spot where a place where they I guess fit into the world. And it don't mean that you have to be the best looking, that you have to be the smartest. We still need people who are going to flip burgers. We need people who are going to work in hotel rooms and clean hotel rooms, who are going to change the trash, people who are going to flip burgers, people who are going to fucking be engineers, designing cars, helping design the next new fucking big, energy saving bullshit, whatever it is. Everybody has a spot and a part that they play in the world. We live in a society, right? And that doesn't mean that everybody is intelligent. And just because you are intelligent, you might have a high IQ, doesn't mean that you're life smart. I've seen plenty of people who are like that, who are so fucking smart, but when it comes to dealing with the human and human emotions or anything like that, they're fucking dumb. And I've seen people who are dumb compared to that person, who are some of the kindest, sweetest people that you'll ever meet, will fucking do anything for you. And I think a lot of people seem to forget that, right? But I will definitely attribute a lot of it to that, because a lot of people, they're not intelligent. A lot of people aren't deep thinkers. A lot of people don't think on the same fucking level that I do. And I'm not saying that I'm like the smartest person in the fucking world. I know I'm not. I'm a fucking high school dropout. I didn't even fucking finish high school. I might not be, well, I don't know. I honestly think that I am very fucking book smart, but I'm also very fucking life smart. And like I said, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I do know that there's a lot of people out there who just simply cannot think on the same level that I do about a lot of shit. And it's not necessarily that they're fucking not well cultured or anything like, fuck, I'm not. You think I've fucking traveled the world or anything like that? No. I just know the things that I know through the process of life that I have lived. The way that my parents raised me. The way and the things that I learned in school in the time I was in school. The life experiences that I have working with a bunch of different people and always observing the world for what it is. Not letting somebody tell me and influence how that is. I watch people. I observe them. I see how they're doing. I watch what they're saying. I watch all those little things, all those little micro expressions and everything. Every single one of those things adds up. Paying attention, being cognizant of all these different things out there in the world. There's so many people that just they're not on that level, and that's just fine. That's just fine. I don't think you're stupid for. I mean, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are, but not everybody has to think and function on that level. And most people get through life perfectly fine without having to. But for people who are more deeper thinkers, who do think about more of these kinds of things regularly, it's like sometimes like it's fucking like mind-boggling. Yeah, it's mind-boggling, but at the same time, I know why. I get it. I understand. And through all of that, it still makes me wish, like, man, I wish more people could think on that same level, or at least have the slightest bit of empathy for that person that they think is their enemy. But again, the internet has really kind of went out there and broken a lot of people's thought processes in their brains, especially over the past few years. When things got all locked down. I sat here during those years, on YouTube watching a lot of the people that I met, good people and everything, like seeing how they had started to mentally break down. And believe me, not everybody has the mental faculties to handle a lot of the things that happened over the past few years. Being essentially secluded from other people, having real human interaction. I'll be honest with you. I've been a victim of that myself, in the sense that for years, when I was working my previous job, I was in a supervisor position. I had done that for a lot of years, working with a lot of people, observing people, how they are, how to deal with people and interact. Everybody has different personalities. Everybody has different temperaments and things like that, and learning how to deal with all these people. But even I've fallen victim to the fact of I haven't had that in a long time. That interaction in that job type setting, it's a different type of social interaction. And at some point, I really, I opened my own business. I went and seen my customers. I served my own customers and all that kind of stuff. I essentially don't have a supervisor to answer to. I don't have employees or associates that I am directing, that I am having to be there and lead and set an example for. I don't have that. And in the meantime, what happened? Get a shorter fuse, right? Get a shorter fuse. My patience with people has fucking dwindled down, putting up with the bullshit so much that, at a certain point last year, I did get in an altercation with somebody and ended up going to jail. And yeah, I got court ordered to take some anger management classes. I'm still going through them right now. But even in these anger management classes, they're not really teaching me anything that I don't already know. They're not teaching me anything that I haven't sat here and fucking preached on stream. But the difference is that I know better. Going through these classes and everything, the one thing I really started to realize is that what it was for me is the fact that I don't have anybody to answer to. At this point, I don't have a supervisor. Like I said, I don't have to answer to them. I don't have bosses or anything. I don't have fucking people that I have to set an example for, except for my children. And therefore, I've lost a lot of my patience and my tolerance in that way. And going through these classes made me realize, well, that's part of it. The only people I have to answer to at this point is the fucking law. And that's the people I had to answer to, right? And that's why I got ordered to take these classes. And I'll admit, it sucks having to go to these classes and pay for these classes, but the class has been fun. It's been a fun class. Like I said, I'm not learning anything new. But just seeing a lot of the different kinds of things and the way people handle and deal with things. It's all shit I know, but during that same time, it made me think well, I know where I broke down at is the fact of thinking I don't have anybody to answer to. But I still do. I still got a larger responsibility to the world at large, to society, if you will. And unfortunately, you tell a public official to fuck off, and the judge has a problem with that. But anyway, I don't know. That's all I've got. Let me get here in the live chats, man. I've been flapping my gums for a while. Let's get in here in the live chats and see what you all are talking about. Let's see what you got. I know I seen that we got a $10 super chat from my man Lord Veedo. Says, always good to see you, my Lord. Hope all is well. And yes, I do miss you, man. I miss you too, man. I'm telling you, we got to get together one of these days, man. I've met and got together. I'm not like Josh, man. I will get together and meet with subscribers and channel members. It's all good. It's all good. We've met several of them. We met with Obi-Juan the homie. Hooked up with him a couple of times. I don't see he's not here right now, but Jonny on the spot. Went to a concert with him. Obviously Jedi Mike, we hung out. We did the Star Wars celebration thing. What was that, last year? Was that last year already? It seems like it was yeah, it was just last year. But yeah, man, totally down for all that shit. And I know another one, Jared Dyer. He's actually not too far. From where I live at either. But yeah, one of these days, I definitely want to get together with some more of the subscribers, channel members, just other people that I've met here through YouTube, and to do that the whole face-to-face thing, right? The whole face-to-face thing. So, where we at here? Man, I was flapping my gums for a while, wasn't I? Okay. Here we go. I think I'm getting close. Okay, Secret Wars, Battle World, Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men versus all the villains at once. This is Brian Mccann. Okay, I'm sure I'm missing some context there. Now, House of the Dragon, I think, is solid right now. Hated GOF season 7. Oh, I'm guessing that's Game of Thrones. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of the TV shows and stuff. If you want to do a Batman show without Batman, don't give me a horribly miscast England. Also, don't fridge Gar and Connor. All right. I need to watch Hot D still, but about season 1. Haven't watched it yet. All right. Lucas Texvenger joins the chat. How are you doing, Lucas? I hope you're doing well. Hope all's going well with you, man. Let's see, Gotham show, season 1 of Gotham. Let's see, you out of work? Yeah, are you out of work? No, just lock the doors and sit in my office doing the deposits. Nice, hell yeah. Trinity, Hellfire Gala, Moon Knight. Yeah, no Hellfire Gala. Let's not. What's your favorite MCU movie? Mine is Winter Soldier, says Titan. My favorite MCU movie. Man, that's tough. It's really tough. Because obviously Winter Soldier is up there, but to me, I would put the first Avenger up there with right up there with Winter Soldier as well. It's a period piece, everything that is a fucking great movie. But then obviously Winter Soldier is kind of man, it's that's fucking just a really great, captivating movie as well. But I also really love the first Ant-Man. The movie is fucking great. That movie is great. But yeah, I mean, I would probably have to say, I'd probably go with Winter Soldier. I'd probably go with Winter Soldier too. It has to be a nuisance that has to appeal universally. Yeah, the story needs to ask questions, but not beat people down, right? Yeah, exactly. And like I said, there are times when you can beat somebody over the head with something. You can, but you've also got to earn it, right? You've got to earn it. There's got to be a build-up. Since the multiverse and MCU, all former Marvel films are now MCU now. Best Blade 1998. Yeah, I just actually watched that the other day too. Blade, some of the CG is absolutely horrible, but yeah, it was pretty good. And that's one of the things I posted about that too. Donald Loge was the perfect kind of comic relief in there, because he wasn't funny and all that bullshit, but he had some kind of funny, well-placed lines that would give you a giggle, but they fit in there just about perfectly. Let's just look how big his forearm is compared to the right one. I watch TikTok too much. Yeah. TikTok is an idiot. Trump supporters do not hate any of those groups. Brainwashed. Well, I mean, I'm sure some do, but I'm sure some of Biden's supporters do. You know, you just can't put everybody you can't put everybody in a group under the same thing. You know, you just can't do that. Yeah. Are you back at? Yeah. Felicity says, "How's the Big Apple?" Just got. Oh, okay. You're back. Already back in New York, huh? The vacation's over. Yeah. Second Street of Deuce Bigelow. Yes. I am, except for I never ass punched a hooker. Seen lots of crazy leftists in real life. They are insane. Yeah, if you live in a big college town, yeah, for sure, probably. Especially if you live in a big college town. New York City is good. Just a lot going on today. Nice. Yeah. I'm settled in my new crib so we can talk about ad-related stuff if you want. Oh, okay. Nice. Got a new place. A vote shouldn't determine who you are as a person. People vote for someone for so many reasons. You shouldn't reject your friends and family over a vote. That's dumb. Yeah, absolutely. It's absolute stupidity. Absolute stupidity. I would never assume that stupid shit about any of my friends, fucking customers, like anybody, because of who they voted for. What? I don't like the thought process. It completely eludes me. It doesn't. I get it. They're dumb. Trinity, pause the head real quick. I need to take a look in the mirror. Good shit, bro. Just DM me or I'll DM you later. But gotta get some sleep. Yeah. Have 5 cakes due tomorrow, and we worked all day on them today. All right, nice. Yeah, bigotry is a bigotry. Yeah. Also, fuck politics. Whenever someone brings up politics, I say I'm a felon, so I can't vote anyway. Leave me alone. Yeah, me too. I'm there. I'm right there with you, Lord Veedo. Me and you, we're on the level. But mine was a long time ago. Can I still vote? It's been a long time ago. I never got my record expunged or anything. I don't know. What's up, Justin? Star Wars Marvel purist. I hope all's going well with you. Facial expressions are on point, right? Oh man, that's funny. Go file to get your rights back. Yeah. Car video. Oh, I forgot to do the clapping. Car video. Oh yeah. Fuck him as well. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, and that's the thing is I have no intentions of fucking going to vote for any fucking candidates anyway. So yeah. Trinity is like it's idiocracy up in here. Yeah, it is. It really is. Actually, I should try again, especially since I don't live in Florida anymore. Yeah, absolutely. Street smart, book smart, or a good combination of both. Yeah, absolutely. I would say I'm probably a good combination of both. Yeah. All right, Daniel Fisher, have a good evening. Make sure you get some sleep. And yeah, okay. I'm close to caught up with the chat. Florida, huh? If you were South Florida, yeah, they reject everyone there because of the Democrats wanting to keep you unarmed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Felicity was coming in with that knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Felicity is my spirit animal, for sure. Yeah. Lucas Texvenger says, there are a lot of book smart people that are definitely street dumb. Yeah. Absolutely. The Watcher. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I'm definitely an observer of people. Yes. Conspiracy theory. Spoiler alert, Second Street is the Watcher. Yeah. Yep. I very much am. Yep. Where did you move to? Oh yeah, he's in New York. He went from Florida to the shithole. Shit. Oh man. The trick is to optimize your own self-worth and value, and to lean into your strengths and experiences. Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, I also think that people should definitely work on their weak spots as well. Yeah. Yeah, at least like do the research. That's my issue. Yeah. I'm not saying you, just overall. Yeah. Exactly. You got to get out of the Democrat-controlled cities, counties, and states. Yeah. Well, I mean, absolutely. Yeah. Work politics. Yeah. Trinity needs a face-to-face tabletop RPG. Yeah. Redemption. Yeah. Absolutely. Trinity? Angry? Never. Yeah. Sounds like you should quit and find another business. No, not me. Like my business is great. My business is great. I gotta like what I do is great. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, my fuse is way shorter. It seems. Same boat, brother. hope you only got hit with a misdemeanor. No, well the thing is, I just got to go to these classes and they're dropping. They're pretty much just dropping all of it. I just got to go to these fucking stupid classes. Yeah. Off topic, Trinity. Have you seen the film Code 8? No, I haven't. Supers are illegal, treated like second-class citizens. Good film. Code 8, huh? I'll have to check that out. Wait, it's not like a Netflix movie. I don't have Netflix. Top 5. Infinity War, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Avengers, Iron Man, and Guardians 1. Yeah, that's not a bad list. Hey, there's no MCU Spider-Man on there, so hey, that's a good thing. I was watching a Fanjecture the other day. Adam had his list on. I'm like, man, like, I'm not voting for no motherfucking MCU Spider-Man. You can forget that shit. They progressively got worse, even though they're almost just like kind of bad because it's Spider-Boy, not Spider-Man. Blade holds up 100%. Needs a little CGI touch-up. That's it. Yeah. And well, yeah, I gotta admit, as much as Stephen Dorff, isn't that right? Stephen Dorff likes to talk shit. I think he kind of I think he did a little bit of overacting in that one. Like his character was a little cheesy. Yeah, he was a little cheesy. I don't know why he talks so much shit. I don't know why. Like he's But I mean, guess he has the room because he was actually in a fucking good movie, right? he was in a good one. All right, Tommy, have a great evening. Yeah, have good. Better get to those classes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're pretty much dropping everything. Just got to do these stupid classes. It's like 52 weeks, man. Fucking 52 weeks. I got to do a whole fucking year. Yeah. You know what it is? Is like they just basically want you to take these classes. They just want you to pay money. They just want you to pay money. That's all it is. I felt like saying, can I just pay you a fucking fine and like not do any classes? Oh man. Code 8 is on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube. Okay. All right. Yeah, MCU Spider-Man are forgettable. Raimi Spider-Man is where it's at. Yeah, absolutely. I don't even care that fucking Toby looks like a 30-year-old man playing a teenager. I don't know why so many people complain about that. You know why so many people complain about it? Is because all these fucking Gen Zers and all that bullshit, they all look skinny and they all look weak and like they get into fucking adulthood, they're fucking 20 years old and they look like they're goddamn 12-year-olds still. And they expect that us Gen Xers and shit, and even some of you millennials, they fucking expect us who were fucking, built of fucking tough and built of fucking good stock. We can't help it that we looked fucking older than we were. We were real men and women. We got fucking testosterone running through our bodies. We're not pussies. That's the problem. Is these people nowadays, they get in adulthood and look like fucking Tom Holland, little skinny, scrawny. That kid's forever gonna look fucking 18 years old, He still looks 16 right now, you know what I mean? Like, he's gonna look like that forever. He's a little twink kid. Yeah. And Andrew is underrated. Yeah. You know what? Like, I really like those the first Amazing Spider-Man, like, it had like some dark shit in there that I really, really enjoyed about that movie. Because like the whole beginning where he's becoming Spider-Man, he makes the suit, and I think, you know, just kind of how everything went along there, it was very kind of dark. You know what I mean? Like almost, I would say like thriller style, especially when he has that first big confrontation, like with the police and everything, after he has his suit made, and he's there where that guy is breaking into the car, and he's there and he's sitting there shooting the weapon or shooting webs all over the fucking guy. He's like, oh, yo, you got me. And he gets out and, you know, the guy pulls a knife. He's like, oh, no, a knife. And it's just like that whole fucking scene. And even just like leading up to that, when he's looking for all the guys, you know, checking them all the wrists and everything, that's some pretty dark shit. But it really kind of got to that kind of thriller kind of horror aspect in that scene. You know, the cop pulls up, but just even just like the way the cameras are moving and everything, like when he first fucking has that guy there, and it pans into him, and you see him, you just see like, you could see through the lenses and everything, you could see like, this motherfucker is out for blood, man. He's ready to kill some motherfucker, man. And it's just fucking great. And then the cop rolls up and he starts getting, like, he's being Spider-Man, being all fucking quippy with the cop, but he's like, oh, like, hey, I'm doing your fucking job, man. Like everything he does there is fucking great. And it's got a very dark feel to it. And I love that. Though, I gotta say, yeah, I would say it's minorly not the Spider-Man character necessarily, but I've been going through and reading the volume 1 of the Spider-Man, the omnibus that's got all like the original shit in there, and even reading through that, like some of it's campy, but I'm like, man, like some of this shit, like even the way they were kind of drawing him, the way Ditko was drawing him in some of those early times, seems kind of horrific. You know, the way he's kind of twisted and contorted and everything, kind of like, I could see how that, like, it looks kind of creepy, you know? And that's one of the things I definitely like about that, especially that first one. But I gotta admit, like, the spider suit in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is probably the closest to comic accuracy that we've had, other than the logo. It's probably the closest, because it had just the way the head was, and it had those big ass fucking eyes on it. Like, it was like, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, just the right amount of cheese, just like the Nick Cage Ghost Rider. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I watched that first Ghost Rider not too long ago, and yeah, the first one was pretty good. I can't remember the second one too well. Yeah, Toby is a youth pastor, sir. Yeah, exactly. He is. Yeah, they got to see the beta inside themselves. Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. We need more of that American grit. Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 enjoyed more than Tobey Spider. Oh, you're one of those, huh? You're on the Garfield train. All right. Yeah, he made his web cartridges. That organic web take was so Raimi, but I prefer web cartridges. Yeah, you know what? Somebody was talking about this on Twitter the other day, and I was like, you know, like, I like the idea of the organic shooters. It makes sense. But I also like the whole web shooter idea because it shows off his genius. And this guy actually quote tweeted somebody else that actually is like, oh, like, this is it right here. Is what they should have done is kind of meld the two, in the sense that he has the organic webbing, but instead of just like cutting off, like it just stops whenever he conveniently wants it, is if he actually had the organic webbing, but he created a instead of the shooters, created a wristband basically that as he's going would actually trigger and cut the actual webbing itself. Because therein lies something technologically that you would have to find that is able to obviously cut that webbing that is the tensile strength and everything that it is, you've got to think about what you need to cut that, and then also, what it would take to create that into basically almost like to replace the wrist web shooter. And I was like, yeah, like a happy medium right in between both. That'd be great. But even to make it more realistic would be to have it hang from his dick or his waist and cut off there. But it's, that could get a bit risky, right? But yeah, no, I was like, yeah, like to find a perfect mixture of the two would be great. But yeah, I do like how he made the web cartridges. That organic web, yeah, it was definitely Raimi. But yeah, Amazing 1 is good, but 2 is so cringy as fuck. Yeah, 2 is a little more, yeah, 2, yeah, it just definitely has more questionable decisions made in it. Yeah, 100% dark, mature, but still some levity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that actor is dope. He killed it in House of the Dragon too. Which one? Yeah, you're talking about man, I can't remember his name. Is it Reese? Yeah, I can't remember his name. Something Reese. Or is it Reese something? I can't remember. But yeah. Yeah, he's a pretty good actor. Amazing Spider-Man was more comic accurate. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, yeah. The second one, the kid in it is Danny Ketch. I never caught the reference until recently. In the second Ghost Rider movie. Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched the second one in a long time, and I think when that came out, I probably only watched it the one time. Yeah, exactly. And in a lot of old Spider-Man books, his cartridge would run out or get damaged. Yeah, exactly. And that, and a lot of people say, but that's kind of the thing. It's kind of the trope. Like, just conveniently runs out of web cartridges right when, he can't fucking keep up with the Goblin or, anything like that. Just like, yeah, I mean, it comes at convenient times. Sure. Yeah. Raimi liked the body horror aspect of the organic webbing, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I say. I think, finding that happy medium in between the two, I think it could be done. And the scenario the guy brought up on Twitter, I'm like, I could see that. Like, that could very well work. Finding, creating something that would actually cut that organic web coming out of his wrist. Yeah. Titan says, I'm back. Yeah. Reese... yeah, that's it. Reese Ifans. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Car video. That's funny. But anyway, guys, I've got to end the stream here. I've been flapping my gums here for about 2 hours. Thank you all so much for being here today. Like I said, we talked a little bit about some of these comic books and how comic books are dead. But there are still people out there trying their best to keep them alive. And talked about a little bit more stuff. I want to thank you all so much for being here tonight, to be here watching me flap my gums here on the Trailer Park Live. We're back on Friday nights, right? We're back on Friday nights. But you all have a good day. Have a great weekend. I'm going to be, we're going to go, my son's got some soccer games this weekend, so we're going to be out of town. Probably going to hit the beach up for a little bit. Going to take my bike with me. I'm going to do some riding and stuff like that. But thank you all so much for being here today. You all have a great weekend, and we'll see you all in the next video or live stream. Later.